parallelogram. This is in the context of understanding quadrilateral. And now parallelogram is also quadrilateral. Don't get confused. Okay, parallelogram is also quadrilateral. Uh, Hold on. Parallelogram. Okay. Here, what we are looking parallel, and then gram, parallelogram. So quadrilateral will be how this is a parallel to this parallel. We have pair one pair of lines which is also said parallel. Now we can say this is a parallel line. Okay, so this is one pair of a parallel lines. Okay, this is one pair of a parallel lines. Now second pair, this is not a polygon, this is not a quadrilateral. Second pair is here, that is said this is a second pair, that is said parallel. So it is a parallel to this parallel. This is a line to parallel to this line. This is a parallel to this line. Let's name it A, B, C, D. Okay. So did you understand? We will observe two parallel lines. How much? Two parallel lines. 1 and 2. Okay. 1 and 2. And you can say two pair of parallel lines. Two pair of parallel lines. One pair and second pair. Clear? Now let's break down. Here in quadrilateral has two diagonal. Already we know. So we can say AB is parallel to CD and AD is parallel to BC. Clear? I hope you are clear. Okay. Now what else? We can explain that there is a BAD is angle. So you can write BAD angle A. Meaning of both is the same. Angle A, B, C, angle B. Angle A, D, C, angle D. Angle D, C, B, angle C. We can express like that. Okay. Then you would say angle A and angle B and angle C and angle D is 360 degree, whether they are exterior angles or interior angles. It doesn't matter in the case of understanding, in the case of quadrilateral parallelogram. So it can be said, this quadrilateral can be said that this is a parallelogram quadrilateral. Okay, this is a parallelogram quadrilateral because of we have two parallel lines. You can have also like that. So here this is a parallel lines and this is a parallel lines. Okay. Now next what measure of AB is something, so measure of CD will be equal to the AB. Measure of AD is equal to BC. So measure of BC will equal AD. I hope we got it. So next, AC is a diagonal. And it can be written AO plus OC. This is the intersecting part. And second diagonal is BD. BD is also diagonal, which can be written as BO plus OD. BO plus OD. Clear? Clear? I hope you are clear. And here you will realize AO is OC. Value of measure of AO is something. Or let's say 5. So measure of OC side OC line segment will be 6 centimeter. Clear? So measure of BO will be equal to measure of OD. This is how we break down. So to define parallelogram, it says that quadrilateral has two parallel lines. Quadrilateral has two pairs of parallel lines and parallel line measure of parallel lines is equal to each other. I am not talking about angles. Angles could be different. We could have different angles. Value of angles are different. So this is a simple meaning of parallelogram. Now it's time to understand about rhombus. Here you can say what this is a parallel line. This is a parallel line to the opposite parallel line. So measure of a side is 6 centimeter. Just opposite this is a line segment which side is also equal. Okay. Now we have a rhombus. Rhombus do you know about rhombus? Theorem for rhombus is like this. This is a figure of a rhombus. It looks tiny different from previous quadrilateral figure, parallel figure. This is a diagram of a rhombus. That's why it is a rhombus. Okay. So here, definition of a rhombus. It says rhombus is already parallelogram. Now rhombus will follow parallelogram. Rhombus will follow rules of a parallelogram, and parallelogram says this one line is parallel to the opposite line. This one line is parallel to the opposite line. A, B, C, D. Okay. So here AB is parallel to the CB and CD is parallel to the AB. Okay. Now, clear? You already clear. Now it is saying what? It is saying that if rhombus is a parallelogram, so what is the difference? Difference is nothing, but sides will be equal. Side of this is a 5 centimeter, then also this will be 5 centimeter, 5 centimeter, and 5 centimeter. So all sides of rhombus is equal. Okay, is equal. So can we say AB is equal to BC is equal to CD is equal to AB? Of course. Now we can see two diagonal of rhombus which is intersecting to each other at a point. Here you also would say that AC is a diagonal which can be written AO plus OC, and DB is a parallel which can be written as OB plus OD. What else? What else? Here, angles could be different. Rhombus could have a different values of could have a different values of angles. Remember, here you can see. Okay, we are not talking about angles. Okay, one point more. Here we can see this is a perpendicular, this is a perpendicular, this is a perpendicular, this is a perpendicular, which tells us that it is making angle BOC is making at 90 degrees. So here all four are perpendicular. So here we can write angle AOB and angle BOC and angle DOC and angle AOD is making at 90 degrees. Okay, and here from here you can write that AO barabar OC and OB barabar OD. Clear? OB barabar OD. That's it. I think it will be sufficient. It will be sufficient. Now it's a time to understand about rectangle. Rectangle will also follow rules of a parallelogram, but there is a something difference between rhombus and rectangle. Rectangle. Figure of rectangle you are familiar. You are familiar. Can we say this is a quadrilateral or not? Can we say? Yes. We can say this is a quadrilateral. Quadrilateral has four sides, has four angles, has four common vertex. Let's name it A, B, C, D. Okay. Vertex. Side. Four. Angle. Four. This was just revision. Don't take it seriously. So I said rectangle will follow rules of parallelogram, and here you can see this is a parallel and this is parallel. Now you can define a rectangle that you can say rectangle will have two pairs of parallels. This is the first and this is the second, and this is a rule. This is a rule of parallelogram as well. Okay. Now you can say angle ADC is making at 90 degree. Yes or not? Angle BAD is making at 90 degree. Angle BCD is making at 90 degree. Angle ABC is making at so here you can say AB is parallel to DC and AD is parallel to BC. Okay. So value of is something. So value of CD will be same. Value of AD is something. So value of AD will be something. Clear? Angle ABC, angle ADC and angle BCD and angle BAD is making at 90. At 90. Clear? At 90 degree. Wow, at 90 degree. Now we have a two diagonals in this rectangle, which is AC, and it is intersecting to each other. AC can be written as AO plus OC. AO is equal to OC. BD can be written BO plus OD. BO is equal to OD. Okay. Okay. That's it. I think that's it. So here you would say you didn't see anything change, only angle. So here I told you that each angle of rectangle will make at 90 degree. This is a as this is a main point. This is the main point of rectangle. Between this, you can say this is the main difference between rhombus and rectangle. This is already parallelogram, but there is a one difference, one point more. What angle of each angle of rectangle will make at 90 degree. This is a one difference. This is a one more point to define rectangle. Not a square, a square. A square. You are familiar that a square has four sides. A square has four sides are equal to each other. So this is a 5 centimeter. So as well this will be 5 centimeter. This will be 5 centimeter. This will be 5 centimeter. A, B, C, D. Okay. So if quadrilateral has four, okay, if all sides of a quadrilateral is equal to each other and is make an angle of that quadrilateral is making at 90 degree will be considered, will be defined as a square. But in the case of rhombus, we saw that rhombus didn't have same didn't have all values of all angles, all interior angles of rhombus which were not equal to each other. Am I right? Okay. And you can say in the case of rhombus, we saw that each interior angles of rhombus polygon was not making at 90 degree, but in this case a square, each interior angles of a square of this polygon is making at 90 degree. This is a difference. In the case of in the discussion of rhombus, we also discussed that all sides of a rhombus polygon is equal to each other, whereas here we are also I am telling you also that all sides of this a square is equal to each other. So what's the difference between a rhombus and a square? Difference is what? Angle. Each angle of a square makes at 90 degree, but each angle of rhombus makes at different. You can say makes at obtuse angle, otherwise acute angle. Okay. So here we also have two diagonals which is intersecting At O. At O, AB, value of AB and value of BC and value of CD value of AD is equal. Angle A, angle B, angle C, angle D is 90 degree. AC is a diagonal, AO plus OC, and BD is also diagonal, so BO plus OD. That's it. And you did notice that in the figure of a rhombus at point O, each four angles was making at 90 degree at O. But in this case, each BOC is it making at 90 degree? No. So here we are observing differences. What are differences? So these are not making at 90 degrees. But here at vertex ADC, DCB, so at this is making at 90 degrees. Okay, at 90 degrees. I think it will be sufficient to understand it. Just have a look. I think I will take questions. It's a time to understand about trapezium. Trapezium. Here there is what interest. There is a twist. There is a twist in this discussion. What? You would be noticing that what is a trapezium? Is it a triangle? Figure of this is a triangle? I would say no. I already know. This is also quadrilateral. Trapezium is also quadrilateral. But figure of a trapezium, it says that one quadrilateral has two pairs of a parallel lines. But here trapezium quadrilateral will have only one pair of parallel lines. And second pair of lines will not be said as a parallel line. Okay, so second pair will not be parallel line. For example, this is okay, and this is okay, and from here. Now tell me, once let me name it A, B, C, D. Tell me which one is parallel lines and which one is not parallel line. Can you tell me? It is very easy to identify where is a parallel lines and where is not parallel lines. Which one is parallel lines and which one is not parallel lines. Already we are familiar. We know that there is one pair of parallel lines. So this is parallel. So definition of a parallel line is what? Parallel lines don't intersect to each other. Parallel lines have two lines, 1, 2. So here, can you say AB and DC are intersected to each other? Can AB and DC intersect to each other? No, it is impossible. This line is going this direction, this direction. AB and DC will not intersect, will never intersect to each other. But what about AD and BC? Here, if we here you, this is imaginary imaginary line. So here, AB, if we extend line of AD, then we can see where is this going and where is this going. So here we are looking here. This both lines are intersecting to each other here. That's why we are not able to say that AD is parallel to the BC. We can't see because of they are intersecting to each other. That's why. So parallel lines would be straight. Parallel lines would be straight. If parallel lines are not straight, or this that, then they can intersect to each other, and those lines will not be considered as a parallel lines. Okay. So did you understand that that AD is not a parallel to BC? I hope you understand. This is a definition that trapezium quadrilateral will have one pair of parallel lines, which is this AB and this. So you can write that AB is parallel to BC, but AD is not parallel to BC. Okay. Yeah, we have two diagonals. I know we have two diagonals. Now you also can say that value of AB is CD. No. In this figure, from this figure, we can't say that value of AB is something will be same value of CD. No. It is impossible. AD. AD can have. AD can be written that AD is equal to this. So both are intersecting to each other. So here there is a twist. What? AAC is a diagonal, which is AO plus OC, and we can't say that AO is equal to OC. No, that is impossible. Next diagonal is BB, which is sum of BO DO, and we can't say BO is equal to BO. Okay. If we talk about angle, then angle could be obtuse or acute. So difference is what? The difference is trapezium quadrilateral will have one pair of parallel lines. One pair of parallel lines. This is a difference. Now, next, isosceles trapezium. Isosceles trapezium. Equilateral, do ya? Equilateral, of course you. Isosceles. Trapezium. This is a figure of a trapezium, but what is isosceles? Isosceles. Here, isosceles says that I am equal. Isosceles. So here, sum of this, measurement of this is 5. So we can't say that measure of AB is 5. No. So this will be unequal. Okay. Now here, measure of measure of AD is 5 centimeter. So measure of OBC will also be 5 centimeter. So this is telling us, this is describing that parallel lines, non-parallel lines are equal to each other. Measure of non-parallel lines are equal to each other. So this is 5. So of course this would be 5, and it would be 4, and it would be 6. 3, you can see 3 isosceles. Okay. So non-parallel lines would be equal. So here we can write AD is equal to BC, but AB is not equal to BC. Clear? This is a main specialty of isosceles trapezium. Isosceles, which means two line segments are equal to each other. Now about kite. What is kite? Kite is also rhombus, but not exact rhombus. Kite. Remember, kite is also rhombus, but not exact rhombus. This is figure A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. Okay, kite. Here. So here, this is a common vertex, and just opposite to this is a opposite common vertex. AC. Here we discussed in the discussion of rhombus that parallel lines, what all sides are equal. All sides, measure of all sides of a rhombus is equal. But here, all sides of kite polygon is not equal. Okay? But adjacent sides will be equal. So here AD. So just opposite this line is this BC. So it will be known as parallel lines. This will be known as parallel lines. But here, to define a kite, here we can see adjacent are equals to each other. Adjacent sides are equal to each other. So adjacent of AD is here. This is AB. So adjacent of AD is also BC. But here we are talking about equal. So equal to this adjacent is this AB. So we can write measurement of AB is something would be equal to AD. Okay, this is adjacent sides. You can write adjacent sides. Just next side. So measurement of a CD is equal to BC. This is also adjacent sides. Side. Clear? Sides. That's it. This was the difference. But already you know there are two diagonals in this kite polygon, and AO is not equal to OC, and DO is equal to OB. Okay. And here this is making at 90 degree. This is also making at 90 degree. So difference between kite polygon and rhombus is what? Is nothing but measure of sides. Measure of sides. Rhombus was saying that I have sides. I have four sides which are equal to each other. But kite polygon is saying that I have four sides, but four sides are not equal to each other. But yeah, kite can say that adjacent sides of a kite is equal to each other. Is equal to each other. Okay. I hope we understood something. We have question. Now we have questions. Now we have questions based on this concept. Isosceles, which means two lines segments are a measure of two line segments are equal to each other, and equilateral, which means all sides are equal to each other. Isolates, which means all sides are not equal to each other. So question I am going to write and you read and understand this question. This is not a question. What? This is not question. I wrote definition of question. This is not question. Now, this is a diagram and this is question. Just understand carefully. Are you able to solve it or not? We have quadrilateral and we have given what? A value of a interior angle of this quadrilateral polygon. Base, which is the name of each common vertex of this quadrilateral. Base is a parallelogram. This is a parallelogram, and sides are equal to each other. which is the definition of a parallelogram. Find the value of x, y, z. X, y, z. What is it saying? Already I know. Value of this is 80. Value of this is 80. Already I know. And then if value of this is 80, then I can find out value of this. I can find out value of this. Would be 100. If value of this is 100, so of course value of this would be how much? 100. Yeah, 100. So x is 100, z is 80, y is 100. Yes or not? So here, this is how much? 100. And this is just of z. Okay. So here, can I write z plus 100 plus 100 is equal to 360. 2z 360 minus 200 z 160 by 2 80. Z is equals to 80. Now where, so value of this is 80. 80. You can find out value of each interior angle. Each exterior angle 60 by n, 360 upon n, which is 490. Four sides. So it is 90, but it should be 100. Now here, this is not better. Here we have a value for z which is 80, and now we can write that z plus y is equals to 180 because of linear pair. Okay, you would understand it in separate lecture. So value of z is 80, then value of y we don't know, 180 as it, y 180 minus 80, then we will have 100. Clear? Okay. Now what else? Yeah, we are done. Zx. Okay, I already knew that answer of x would be 100, value of z is 80, value of y is 100. I have told you. Now next question, we are moving to the next question. It may be a little complicated, okay, but it can be solved effectively. Next, runs is a parallelogram. Find x and y. Figure is like this. This is a figure of this. Can you solve it? So RUNS is nothing but name of each vertex of this given parallelogram quadrilateral. Find value of x, where is x, and value of y. Already we know this is a parallelogram, and parallelogram quadrilateral has bisect, has a bisect. Means RN is a diagonal, SU is a diagonal line. So here we can write it SO is equal to 20 and OU is equal to y plus 7. RO is equal to 16 and NO is equal to x plus y. So can we write x plus y is equal to 16 and y plus 7 is equal to 20. We have two equations. Okay. First of all, let's solve it. Y is how much? 30. Value of y is 30. Let's put a value of y in this equation. In first equation, x and 30, 60. 60 minus 30 would be how much? 3. So finally, value of x is 3 and y is 30. This is answer. This is answer. I am laughing because it is not so hard. It is not so difficult. Okay. Here we have two equation, and one equation was very easy. From one equation we can find out the value of a variable, which we got y is equal to 30. 13. Then we can put a value of y in one equation. Then we will get a value of x, which is 3. Also, even you can check answer is correct or not. Just put value of 3 of x here and value of 13 put here. 13 and 7 would be 20 and 3 and 13 would be 16. Answer is correct. I think it's last. Maybe, but I don't know. Clearly, I don't know that it is this last. This is last question or not. This is last question or not. I clearly don't know, and I don't care that it is the last question. I need more. I want more questions. But before that, those questions, I will discuss on the concept of those questions. Okay, then I will be able to solve any question. But if I know concept of those questions, then the ratio of two sides Kishan is saying find the length of its side. The ratio for two sides of a parallelogram is 4. For example, this is a 4. So, of course, this would be 4. This is a 3. Of course, this would be 3. So, this is a ratio. That's why we will apply x. Okay, we will apply x with ratio, with the given ratio. And now, perimeter is 56 centimeter. Perimeter is 56 centimeters, and it is very easy. And here, perimeter, total length of circumference of this quadrilateral is how much? 56 centimeters. So can we write? So here we can observe that we don't know exact measure of a side of this parallelogram. So whatever we have given, let's write first 4x, then 3x, then 3x, then 4x is how much? 56. So remember, here 56 is a perimeter. It is not a degree. It is not a value of an angle. 339 and 448, 98, 17. 17x, 56. 437, 77, 14. 77, 14. What is happening? What is happening, brother? 14. 4, 4, 8 and 3, 3, 6. Okay. 7, 2, 7 and 4, 28. 14, 2, 7. So value of x is 14. So this is not exact answer. This is not a answer. This is not a straight answer. So 4x would be 4 multiple 14. 4 4 is 16, 5. Then 3x, 3 multiple 14, 4 3 is 12, and 3 and 5. This is exact answer. So you can say this is 56, this is 56 centimeter, and this is centimeter. This is 52 centimeter, and this is 52 centimeter. Here we have answer. So here I did around 2 sevens up and then 4. Value is 4. That's why here would be 16 and here would be 12. Now this is how much? 16 centimeter. This is a 16. This is a 16 centimeter. This is a 12 centimeter, and this is a 12 centimeter. Here I did right. I had written here 14, but I was wrong. That's it. Just have a look. That's all. That's all. Okay. Now I would like to answer to you. Questions. What? What? Can you tell me that what is a parallelogram? What is the definition of parallelogram? Let me explain. Parallelogram is a quadrilateral. You can say it is a quadrilateral which has two pairs of parallel lines. Two pairs of parallel lines. Parallel lines. Okay, first of all. Okay. Two pairs of parallel lines. That's it. Yeah. What next? Rhombus. Rhombus. It has four sides which are equal to each other. Okay. It has two diagonals. Diagonals which to intersect to each other. Got it? Point at point O, all four angles make 90 degree. 90 degree. Okay, then next rhombus. After rhombus is what? A square, not rectangle. A rectangle. It has four sides. Makes angle at makes each angle at 90 degree. Makes each angle at 90 degree. Am I right? I'm not wrong. Okay. It has four sides. Makes each angle at 90 degree. Yeah. But at O point which two diagonal intersect to each other, but at O point which two diagonals intersect to each other, won't make angle at won't make each angle at 90 degree. This is the difference between two this. We can also say that rhombus is a parallelogram, rectangle is a parallelogram. No, a square. Let's turn to a square. All sides of it are equal to each other. to each other. Each angles, each angles make each angles make at make at 90 degree. Make at 90 degree. All sides of it are equal to each other. Each angles make at 90 degree. Clear? That's it, I think. And here this is a difference. All sides of it are equal to each other. Now kite. Kite polygon has 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 two adjacent sides that are equal to each other and measure of adjacent sides of its is equal to each other. Now trapezium. Discussion of what trapezium is. Trapezium has a pair of parallel lines, and non-parallel lines are not equal to each other. Measure of non-parallel lines are not equal to each other. Trapezium also has diagonal sides, but diagonal are not bisect. Diagonals are not bisect of trapezium. If you wanted to write it, then you can write. Otherwise, you want to understand through this given text, you can understand. I would, and now I would say that that's all. This was complete. This is complete about understanding quadrilateral, and as much as possible we understood it. We did question, we did practice. Based on this concept, we understood about types of quadrilateral, trapezium, polygons, curve, closed curve, simple closed curve, open curve, quadrilateral, triangle, polygon, classification of polygons, about the definition of about explanation of a polygon. We understood, and then we did a question based on classification of polygons, then we understood quadrilateral, types of quadrilateral, which are a square, a rectangle, parallelogram, and rhombus, kite, trapezium, and all this quadrilateral. This types of quadrilateral will come, I think so. It will come in next standard, and you can say these are basics. These are too much basic. So of course it will be compulsory to understand now. Okay, now, and we did some questions on this concept, and we understood about all this quadrilateral, types of quadrilateral with a diagram, and we broke down whatever was possible. Okay, I think that's all will be